A trauma bond refers to a powerful emotional attachment that develops between a person and their abuser, which is often rooted in cycles of abuse, followed by brief periods of kindness or affection. These bonds are particularly insidious because they trap individuals in relationships where they are emotionally manipulated into staying despite the harm being inflicted. Understanding the control that a trauma bond exerts involves recognizing several dynamics. 1. Intermittent reinforcement. One of the core mechanisms of trauma bonding is intermittent reinforcement, where moments of kindness or love are interspersed with episodes of abuse or neglect. This creates a sense of unpredictability, making the victim cling to the hope that the good times will return. This is akin to addiction, where the brief reward is enough to keep someone hooked despite the overall harm. 2. Dependence on the abuser. Over time, the victim becomes emotionally and often materially dependent on the abuser. This happens because the abuser isolates the victim from other support systems, like friends and family, and fosters a sense of worthlessness, making the victim believe they cannot survive without the abuser. 3. Distorted reality. Abusers in trauma bonds often employ tactics like gaslighting, where they manipulate reality to confuse the victim and make them doubt their own perceptions. The victim is led to believe that the abuse is their fault, or that they are overreacting, which can erode their sense of self-worth and judgment, making it harder to leave. 4. Fear and shame. Trauma bonds are reinforced by intense emotions such as fear, shame, and guilt. The abuser may threaten punishment, rejection, or abandonment if the victim attempts to leave. Feelings of shame also make the victim hesitant to seek help, as they may internalize the abuse and believe they deserve it. 5. Cognitive dissonance. To survive emotionally, victims often rationalize or minimize the abuse. They may focus on the positive aspects of the relationship or convince themselves that the abuser loves them and can change, creating a mental conflict that keeps them stuck. Breaking free. Breaking the trauma bond involves rebuilding self-worth through support from trusted friends, family, or therapists, setting boundaries and taking steps to reduce dependence on the abuser. Understanding that the bond is emotional manipulation and not real love. Trauma bonds can feel overwhelmingly strong because they manipulate core human needs for love, validation, and connection. But recognizing their harmful nature is the first step toward healing and freedom. Recognizing the cycle of abuse and kindness and its emotional effects